He's a 17-year-old Team Hornaday development driver from Ocean Isle, North Carolina. Driving under Ron Hornaday's wings since the age of 12, he started off running dirt modifieds. Currently is running full-time in the ARCA West schedule, some ARCA races and ARCA East races this season as well. In his spare time, he is currently helping the likes of Keelan Harvick, Isaac Kitzmiller, Dawson Sutton, and Kay Johnson. Fresh off an ARCA West win in Portland, Oregon this past week, Landon Lewis joins us here on the show. Landon, welcome. Glad to talk to you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure. So let's jump right into things. We're obviously going to talk about the weekend that was in Portland, but for the listeners at home, tell us a little bit how you caught the racing bug and got involved.
So I started when I was 4 years old. I was born into racing. I'm the fourth generation to race. So I was kind of born around at the racetrack and just kind of got the bug of, and I couldn't get away from it. So I've been racing since I was 4, and I'm 17 now, and I still enjoy it.
So let's jump right into things. Tell us a win. Your, I believe, third ARCA win now comes at the road course in Portland this weekend. What was the weekend like up there? Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it was a nice, beautiful weekend and really good weather out in Portland, Oregon. We had a really good Bruce Cook Chevrolet at Portland at the road course, which made my job really easy. So it was a really good weekend. We qualified on the pole. We're really good in practice. And then started the race. We led for about 15 to 20 laps. Made a come down pit road and ended up getting a penalty for entering closed pit. So we had to go to the tail end of the field, and were able to battle back through the field and then had to restart with about 6 to go and was able to fend off Cole Custer for the win and had a really great battle with him. So it was a really good weekend for the Bruce Cook Chevrolet team.
Hey, Landon, this is Trent. I'm a local racer here in the New England region, and I just wanted to ask you, I was racing with you up at New Hampshire Motor Speedway a couple weeks ago in the Legend cars, and I just wanted to see how much of a comparison that had from the local Legend cars, how much it helps out moving up to the NASCAR ranks, and as a young racer just want to learn, like, how much of an effect does this local roots racing have on that big of a level?
It's huge. Having just the road course experience is bigger than anything. But at the same time, like you mentioned, that the New Hampshire road course is very technical, very tight racing, which really I feel like correlates to going to Portland or going to Sonoma or going to these road courses on the NASCAR schedule. I think it's very similar just because it's really hard racing and every track you go to is really technical, and the competition is very heavy over on the Legend car side and at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So I feel like that's where it correlates, just because it's really technical and really hard to get around. So if you can get around there, I feel like you can get around a lot of places.
What's it been like under the guidance and tutelage of Ron Hornaday?
It's been it's a very cool experience and very something I'm very appreciative of, just because he just has so many great stories and you just sit back and listen to them and try to take them all in. He's an awesome guy. The whole family, the whole Hornaday family are just awesome people, and I just can't thank them enough for just kind of taking me under their wing and helping me out as much as they can, and just been a really cool experience for sure.
Hey, Landon, it's Ben here, and you were talking about beating Cole Custer in that win, and I've always been curious. You hear drivers in lower series say racing the guys who have been in Cup being beneficial. Do you find that to be the same? Like, does racing against Cole Custer matter to you? Do you learn something from racing with a guy like that?
Yeah, Ben, for sure. Definitely learn a lot. I've had this question a lot asked to me about, racing against the guys that have the more experience in the Cup Series or even the Xfinity Series or Truck Series. I think it helps me out a lot and helps us drivers out a lot, because, those guys do have a lot of experience, and racing against them, you actually learn things that they do while they're on the track, little driving style things that they do, and I feel like that can help you with your own driving stuff. So definitely helps us be able to race against those people that have more experience in the higher series.
What's the schedule looking like? Obviously, we mentioned your running Legend cars, ARCA West, ARCA, and ARCA East this season. What's on the docket here over the next couple months?
Yeah, we have Sonoma coming up this weekend, so really looking forward to getting out to Sonoma this weekend. We were really good there last year. And then I'll be at the summer shootout, not racing, just doing driver coaching with Joe Ryan Racecars. So I'll be there every Monday, Tuesday for the next 10 weeks. And then we're going to be out in Irwindale the 1st of July. So looking forward to that. And then we have some exciting news coming up here soon about possibly a big race for me.
Excellent.
And this is Trenton again. I just wanted to see, obviously we're both young kids in the racing aspect. What has it been like for you growing up in the racing world? Like, what has been your steps and how has it affected where you are today and who you surround yourself with, as like team wise and all that?
Yeah, so as you mentioned before the show, or before I started talking, I got hooked up with the Hornadays when I was 12 years old. And before then, I was racing go-karts that I started in when I was 4. I raced those until I was 12 years old. And at that point, I got a dirt modified from Ron Hornaday and started racing one of his cars. And he come to the track one evening and watched me race. And I guess he saw something in me and it kind of took me under his wing and been a really good mentor to me. And then right after that, I started racing legend cars for Joe Ryan Racecars. And they still race those. And then finally, after a couple years of running the legend car stuff, I moved on to ARCA Series and ended up getting my my first win and my second start at DuQuoin on the dirt. So I think the dirt has helped me a lot at these tracks that have lower grip, just because car control, throttle control. There's a lot of things that you have to do to be able to get around these short tracks. So I think the biggest thing is just the dirt racing has helped me a lot be able to transition to all these racetracks that I'm going to.
And now you've won championships or races on asphalt, on dirt, on road courses. Do you have a style of racing that you would say would be your specialty?
I think the dirt racing obviously is where I come from. So dirt racing is obviously really fun to me. The asphalt stuff, I've really fell in love with it, and I feel like I'm starting to understand the asphalt side of it. But road course racing is just really fun to me, and it's something that a background that I don't come from. So going road racing is just always really exciting for me and always keeps me on my toes because, there's always something new every lap, and you're going left, you're going right. It's so technical to get around. So I feel like road racing is something that I've really fell in love with that I don't really come from.
Talk to us, you've mentioned a little bit, but talk to us about some of the names helping support your racing efforts, on whether they're on the car or behind the scenes, some folks that, you'd like to appreciate.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, for giving me the opportunity and supporting me along the way, being there behind me. I'd like to thank the Hornadays, the whole Hornaday family for everything they do. Team Hornaday Development for helping me when I'm at the track and just helping me with my social skills and everything off the track. Also like to thank Bruce Cook with everything he's done for me at Cook Racing Technologies, Roundy with MMI, Chevrolet for everything they do for me, Mike and Scott, American Resurface Incorporated, Kevin with Rent Source, Jason with ACR, Wiley X for the awesome sunglasses, and just all my fans and supporters that help me and help me keep going and push me to be better every day. So, like I said, there's a lot of people that help me get to where I am now, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.
I'll tell you, and I know Trent has one more question for you, but I'll tell you, if I had never met you or read up on you, I'd think you've been a 20-year Cup veteran with that pitch there. That was pretty impressive.
No,
Thank you.
That's definitely impressive, knowing how to support all your sponsors and get them all recognized. But in your young career of racing, what would you say has been your best experience, or your highlight of your career so far?
I have a couple of them, honestly. Definitely the dirt race at DuQuoin when I raced against Ken Schrader, Ty Gibbs, those big names like that. I think that was one of my highlights of my career. And then for sure, like this weekend running at Portland was just really cool because we finished, 4 seconds in a row this year in the ARCA Series on the East and West, and was finally able to get that win and get the weight off our shoulders as a team. So that would definitely be a highlight of my career too. And then on the legend car side, I think the biggest highlight was winning all 3 dirt, road course, and asphalt nationals in the same year. So I'm the second driver to do that. So that was on the legend cars. I feel like that was definitely the highlight of my career, for sure.
And final question for you here tonight, as we've been speaking with Landon Lewis. People want to learn more about you. You give the socials, the website, all of that.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook at Landon River or Landon Lewis Motorsports. You can find me on Instagram at Landon Lewis 99, and then you can also find me on Twitter at Landon Lewis 99. So those 3, you can get a hold of me, or you can also go to my website at landonlewis.com to get merchandise or anything you would need. So.
Excellent. So, ARCA West Series winner at Portland this past week, Landon Lewis, joining us here, another Team Hornaday development driver in our slew of Team Hornaday folks coming up on the show. We appreciate the time.